Hello, my name is Dylan Rodwell, and welcome to my game analysis. This is We Become What We Behold, a 2D point-and-click game where the goal is to take selective photos of a crowd of people to manipulate them into going mad. Now let's start off with the game design. The most striking aspect of this game is its minimalistic design. The entire game takes place over a single scene, with cartoon-style visuals that are simple yet expressive. This creates a focused environment where every character and event stands out, making it really easy to follow what's happening. The main mechanic of the game is really simple. Click to take photos of events in the crowd, and those photos will shape how the characters behave. This design choice is simple but also really powerful, since every click can change the whole atmosphere of the game. The developer has intentionally limited player interaction to just clicking to keep the game accessible and put emphasis on observing and influencing the crowd's behavior. Exaggerated character reactions and clear visual feedback, it also helps the player to immediately understand the consequences of their actions. The gradual escalation of the crowd's mood reflects thoughtful pacing and narrative design. Overall, these design decisions work together to deliver a powerful social commentary in a concise, easy-to-play format. Now onto engine features. This game uses features typical of HTML5 or other similar web-based game engines. For example, you can see smooth animations and character reactions, scripted events, and instant feedback when I take a photo. The game handles audio as well, incorporating camera click sound, news show music, and ambient white noise that immerses you and makes the game feel more serious and meaningful. A thing that I notice is how quickly this game loads and how smoothly it runs in the browser. There is no waiting time or installation, everything just happens instantly when I click the link. As I play, the animations and sound effects respond immediately to my actions, and I don't experience any lag or glitches even when a lot of characters are reacting at once. The game's minimalistic graphics and simple mechanics help keep everything fast and responsive even on old computers or mobile devices. Overall, We Become What We Behold performs impressively for a web game. Its optimizations allow for a seamless experience, and the technical polish helps keep players focused on the message and gameplay rather than any distractions. From a player's perspective, the game is very easy to understand and play. You point and click. The instructions appear when needed, and the controls are very intuitive. The interface is minimalistic and uncluttered, and the game feedback is instant. This makes the experience engaging and helps reinforce the game's message about the media's influence. Analyzing this game has given me some great ideas for my own development plan. The main takeaway I got from this was that there are many ways to design a game. Your initial idea could be mechanics you want to include, a fascinating story filled with twists and turns, or in this case, it could simply be a core message. A message on its own won't be an engaging game, but planning every single aspect of the game, like the UI, audio effects, and mechanics, around this core message will turn it into a seamless, cohesive experience for players. By using minimalistic designs and simple mechanics, it actually makes the game feel more grounded and serious, emphasizing the very serious topic of how influential the media is. So when designing a game, instead of thinking about how I could create a quote-unquote good game, I could also think about how I want the players to feel, or how I want the players to think. And designing a game around this will make it a better game. So many people have good concepts for mechanics, or they have a vision of how they want the game to play, but this game has shown me that it is equally important to consider how I want the game to feel and then designing the play around that. Thank you so much for watching my analysis of We Become What We Behold. I hope my video has given you some insight on how a game does not have to be technically impressive for it to be a good game. The key thing I want you to take away from this, in my opinion, is that everybody can create a good game. Although it helps, you don't need years of experience, you don't need to make something mechanically impressive, and you don't need to make something visually stunning. All you really need to make a good game is a strong vision. You can think about how you want the game to play, but it is also important to think about how you want the game to feel, what you want the players to think about the game after they've finished it, and that doesn't come from lines of code. It comes from a good idea. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next time.